Hi, social media managers. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how to find your audience as a social media manager. This is one of the most important parts about being a social media manager because defining your audience helps you shape the services you offer, how much you charge, the results you bring, and the type of content you should create because you don't just want to be creating to everybody. Imagine walking into a mall and shouting, "Hi, I'm a social media manager and I offer social media management services." Everybody's just going to look at you confused. But imagine you walking down to a fashion store and you go to them and say, "Hi, I work with fashion brands and I help them double their sales through reels, through storytelling, and through engaging strategies." That way, you capture their attention because you've tailored your conversation and your brand messaging to that particular brand. Now, I'm not saying that you should niche down to only fashion brands, but I'm here to tell you how you can define your audience and find who you actually want to sell to. So if you're ready to understand how you want to find your target audience, make sure to hit on that subscribe button and let's get right into it. Hello, social media managers. Welcome back to the channel. In case you're new here, my name is Becky Jo. I'm a retired social media manager who is currently redefining the business of social media management while also building my own social media agency. It's been a lot of work, but I know you guys can see a different setup. I know I said I was going to introduce like the whiteboard style, but guys, I landed my first brand trip and currently I'm in Mauritius. Woo! Welcome to Mauritius. Now let's get right back into the video. Do you want to see my view? I'm going to attach a clip to this video so that you can see my view. If you're following me on Instagram, I'm sure you would have seen some snippets. So follow my personal brand at the Becky Jo to catch up on all my lifestyle updates. This was an all-expense paid trip by one of my clients, and guess what? It was 2 countries. I went to Dubai first, Mauritius next, and they were all business class trips. That's one thing you need to know. As a social media manager, you can land brand deals and work with clients from everywhere. Some people will say, "Oh, I want to work with foreign clients." What if I tell you my client is actually a local client from my country? Yes, but this was because I know my niche and I position myself as premium to land high-end clients that are also in my country. There are so many rich people in your country. There are so many people that are into businesses. But how are you positioning yourself to attract those people? You don't need people outside the country before you can earn in dollars. Yes, how you position yourself will help you, and that's something we're also going to be doing in this 10-part series. So you want to make sure that you're hitting the subscribe button and following me thoroughly as I walk you through this process of becoming a successful social media manager. One of the reasons why you are still broke as a social media manager is because you are chasing every type of client. You are not positioning yourself as an authority and as premium, and that's why sometimes as well, when you get certain clients, you get drained out and you get tired and burnt out. Now, the first question you want to ask yourself is, who do I want to sell to? Now, this is based on different things. You need to think about you first because you are the worker. You're the one who is going to be investing your time, your experience, your skills into this business. You need to think about, what does my body want? What does my body like? Who do I want to work with and I'm so comfortable working with? In my early years, because nobody walks me through this part, I've learned over the years. And guys, guess what? I'm actually celebrating my 5 years anniversary as a social media manager. Not necessarily, I know I'm retired, but still working in social media. I celebrated my 5th year anniversary as a social media strategist just on the 10th of June. It was an amazing experience. I'm so happy. I'm so excited. And over time, remember, I've been learning on my own and trying to grow. And that's why I'm here to make this very seamless for you so that you don't get to make the same mistakes I made over time. Now, earlier in the year, I used to work with everybody. Sickle cell clients, domestic violence, mental health, bloggers. And it was really draining me because some things I do not align with. But because there's money involved, I just take on the job. No, this is not you niching down. You can have a lot of interests, different things that you love. If you love to travel, think about working with travel creators, working with travel brands, working with immigration brands, Do you understand what I'm trying to say? If you like food, you want to work with chefs, you want to work with bloggers. So imagine you listing out 5 things that interest you. That means you can get different businesses out of those 5 things. That's not you niching. That's you picking things that you love to do that interest you. If you love to decorate your home, you want to look at interior brands, home furniture brands, people who sell bed sheets, people who sell luxury curtains, they interest you. If you like to watch sports, you want to look at people who are into football, footballers, you want to look at people who are into commentaries. Now, I'm going to use myself as an example. I like to talk. And because I like to talk, at first I started working with what? A radio station. I started working with a TV station. Next thing I realized I like to do was I enjoy fashion. I like games. I started working with people who are into chess, people who are like motivational speakers, people who are into, fashion. Another thing I enjoy, because growing up with my brothers, they were all musicians. So I know a lot about music. I started working with musicians. But one thing I had to stop doing was I noticed that the music industry, you need a lot of money to push. So when you don't have enough capital for me to help you promote your business, I opt out. That's why I stopped working with them. Also, I love creating content. I used to be a full-time content creator, which I want to go back to. I started working with a lot of content creators because I understand the strategy parts. They have the numbers, they have the virality, but they don't have the strategy and the structure to help them monetize and make more money. Because there are a lot of creators that have a lot of followers, but they are not making money, and that's where I step in. This is also surrounded around my interests. So right now, I want you to write down 10 things that you like doing. Write it down. Do you like fashion? Do you like to run? Do you like to travel? Do you like to cook? What do you enjoy doing that, when they wake you in the morning, you can speak on these things. You have conversations around these things and you enjoy these things. Write them down. The next thing we're going to be looking at is your skills. Now that you've written out the interests that you enjoy, look at it. What industries can you tap into? If you like beauty, like to take care of your skin, understand the skincare products, this means you can work with skincare brands. If you like to make your nails, like to take care of your hair, know all of the hairstyles, like feminine care, you know that there's a lot of female brands that you want to work with. Stop chasing every brand. You are going to get burnt out. Now, the next thing I want you to do is skills-based. The first one, like I mentioned, was interest-based, choosing based on what you like and what you love doing. The next one is skill-based, choosing based on what you can do. If you like content writing, if you like copywriting, if you like to sell, if you like to buy things, if you like to communicate, you want to look at brands like e-commerce brands. If you like to shoot videos, you want to look at working with content creators. If you like, so based on what skills can I offer? What skills do I enjoy doing? What skills do I do seamlessly? Do you know there are some brands that don't need graphics from you? I have some clients that I've never even had to open like my Canva app for them because they don't need designs. Not every client needs designs. So yeah, you want to also choose based on skills. Now, for example, if you are great at product storytelling, you do UGCs, you know how to do those, product videos and all, you want to look at like e-commerce brands, product brands. If you're somebody who enjoys public speaking, good scripting, you want to work with personal brands. If you're somebody who knows how to position people or styling, fashion, you know how to curate styles, you want to work with stylists. You know how you do this Canva thing where you put an image, you put a shoe, you put the accessory that follows, you know how to add that together. You want to choose based on that. If you're somebody who enjoys how to take pictures, yes, you understand the nitty-gritty of pictures and photography, you want to work with photographers because there are over 1 million type of jobs that you can do, right? Now, for every business, think about it that there is a market. And for every market and every business online, a social media manager is needed. That's why I always tell you guys, you can never run out of clients because clients are out there waiting for you. If you know how to make coffee, you like coffee, you want to work with baristas, you want to work with coffee shops, if you know how to bake, you want to bake, you want to work with bakers and people who make like cakes, croissants, pastry brands, and the rest of them. Now, the next thing you want to do is to choose your audience based on markets. Market base. How large and big is that market? That's something I also do. Now, I'm going to give you an instance. For example, the entertainment industry is very broad and large. You have the movies, you have the creators, you have the entertainers, you have the comedians, you have the musicians. I know that this is an industry that has a lot of money. My interest aside, I find this industry very interesting to me, even if I don't have an interest in it. But because there's money in it, I can decide to, oh, I want to work with film producers. Oh, I want to work with content creators. Oh, I want to work with directors. Oh, I want to work with artists. I want to work with record labels because I know there is money in that industry. If you've not seen this video where I spoke about high-paying niche you should tap into as a social media manager, you want to go watch it. Also, you want to check out this video where I spoke about low-paying niche you should avoid as a social media manager if you don't want to stay broke. This is going to help you understand what industry pays well and what industry you should avoid. So based on the market, look at it. What industry is bringing in more money? Fashion brands, skincare brands, the beauty brands, the entertainment industry, the sports industry, the forex industry. These are industries based on research, based on sites like social media today, Google. You want to know what industry is pumping in more money? Oil and gas, construction companies. Yes, you are putting your interest aside and you are being money focused based on how much this industry is bringing. Real estate. Yes, real estate can be very exhausting, but if you have the right clients and you know how to position yourself, you're going to make a lot of money. Now, you understand what I'm trying to say? So 3 ways that you can actually find your audience or group your audience or decide on the type of audience you want to work with. Remember, number 1, I said interest-based. Number 2, I said skill-based based on what you can do. Number 3, I said market-based based on how large the market is and how much money the industry is producing. Another thing you can do is to combine all 3, which is something I do. I combine everything because I can't be leaving money on the table. I join my interests, I join my skills, and I join the markets because even some SaaS and tech brands, yes, that bring in more money. Look at brands like Piggyverse, brands like Platnova, brands. You see all of them. They're always running adverts. That's another thing. Brands, when you see some brands that are consistently running ads, those brands have money and budget for marketing. Those are the kind of brands that you want to look at working with. So let me give you an example of how you can merge the 3. For example, based on our next video, we're going to be talking about services. That's why I really do not want to go deep into this, but I'm just going to give you like an example. Let's say, for example, you have interest in fashion and you have a skill in video editing, right? So you can decide to work with fashion brands and not even sell. Remember I told you guys, sometimes you don't have to sell your entire SMM package to everyone. In case you don't know, we also hosted the first Coach B Hangout exclusively for social media managers who engage in the Coach B SMM challenge, the $100 challenge. I hosted them. I'm going to put a video over here for you to see how interesting it was. And I taught them how to stack up your income as a social media manager. If you want me to host a webinar to talk about this, let me know. And also guys, check the description if you want to get my Triple S formula course that teaches you literally all the nitty-gritty. You're moving from advanced. If you've taken my free course, this is the next big thing. Everything I'm saying here, you're going to be getting it directly with my mentorship in the group on how to become a social media manager and land your first $1,000 within a few months. Yes. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you make sure that you take a screenshot, tag me your story if you found this video helpful. And when you decide and discover who you want to sell to as a social media manager, make sure that you come to me to share that review. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I'm reporting live from Mauritius, and I wish you guys all the best. See you in the next video. Bye.